Hey everybody, welcome back to Seduce Me, the Otome. We are Fatty Vag, the beautiful girl here. We are in our grandfather's mansion, which we've inherited, and we're throwing a party because our fathers forced us to. Unbeknownst to us, he invited all the people from our grandfather's corporation to see if we're good enough to be the future CEO. As if time zoomed forward, all of a sudden the main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad had trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and a handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as much surely as possible. Tits babagee! I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say. No, that's not the way to be a leader, girl. Say what you want. Tell them to go suck some dicks.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
How do you feel being fat and ugly? I'm gonna just be honest and say I'm doing my best.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
I miss Grandpa too. He's not a douche like my dad. No, I'm gonna be polite and say thank you. I mean, if it hit the other person hard too, I mean, it's not as hard, it's not their grandfather, but still.
Do you have college plans?
I hope you have plans to shut the fuck up. I want to be like, college? I don't need that. I'm gonna say...
Do you have college plans?
Give me a second, bitch! There's a possibility. Yeah, maybe. I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
They're probably gonna make toys because they're a toy company still? I should be like, get back on track. I'll be like, that depends on who runs it, I guess.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
Oops, wrong button. I think it's great.
The company should expand from just toys.
No, toys should be our focus. Eventually the questions stopped, and I was back to being myself. Naomi and the Suzu were mingling in the crowds, and the incubi were doing their jobs. So I was all alone in a room of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Really, Mom? Really? You're gonna try and hook me up with someone? Fuck you! Like, look at your decisions. You married Dad. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple years older than me. He smiled and held out his hand to me, silently asking for my hand. You have your own hands, bastard!
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Go get fucked! I will not, Tim. He can't touch me. Andrew was slightly taken aback, but gently smiled and lowered his hand with a nod in return. You're like my inferior now, so don't try and touch me. I have demons. My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? She wants him to put a baby in your baby oven, girl.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
Yeah, it was my demons.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
Oh, you know Grandpa? Huh? Like, why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
See, Mom, Dad's jealous because I'm better than him at everything. Oh, wow, I didn't know Grandpa talked about me in meetings. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. I looked to Andrew, who had a kind of face to me. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I was not able to find out. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense.
So, you're Jared's son.
Dad, you gotta be a dick to him, too. Andrew's body twitched slightly. Whether it was fear or insult, Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Wait, why are kids getting put in charge of this company?
Well,
I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
Man, you're a blast to hang out with, Dad.
of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
It's a shame you're not polite, Dad.
If you'll excuse me.
Quickly, Andrew retreated from my family and into the crowd of people. This is the kind of moment some people have in life. When you realize your family is incredibly dysfunctional and other people's families aren't quite as dysfunctional as your own. I'm gonna stay put. I don't care about Andrew. I watched as he disappeared into the crowd towards the back of the house. I was worried, but I gave him his space. He obviously needed it.
Peh. He's not CEO material.
Neither are you, Dad.
That's because you practically interrogated the young man.
A little questioning shouldn't have bothered him. He's obviously not ready for any title in our company.
I bit my tongue. I didn't want to make a scene with my dad. One wrong word, and he'd lecture me in front of everyone. That was not something that I wanted at my own housewarming party. He already gave me a face-warming party when he punched me, well, backhanded me earlier. I set out a sigh before looking at the clock. I was getting close. It was getting close to midnight, meaning that the party was going to end soon. I bet Dad turns into a mad squash or stupid pumpkin. I lowered my gaze out the window and saw a limo pull up. Whose limo's that?
Oh, that must be Lewis's car.
Who the fuck is Lewis?
I'll go get him. Stay with your father so you can escort your guests out together.
Mom, this is my house. You don't tell me what I do. I want to escort my guests out because I want to. Yes, Mom. My mother left my dad and me to slowly escort the guests out. My dad held his simple smile as he thanked each person for coming. I did the same. Andrew quickly passed the doors before I could speak. Eventually only Suzu, Naomi, and my parents and the incubi were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. Like what, Dad?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
Dad, I don't care, okay? Thank you, Dad. No, Fatty Veg, you don't need his approval. Fuck him.
Keep it up, and you'll be a good CEO.
That's why I didn't talk to that other boy. It's competition. It's my company. Grandfather would have wanted it that way. Oh, right, Dad?
All right. Your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and Suzu need to leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
I don't want the dad approves a trophy. Fuck him. All right, Dad. Okay, I'm going to go to sleep exactly when you said. It's not like I'm going to do what I want when you leave, because this is my house and I'm going to be a CEO. I'm going to fire your dumbass.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
Slumber party.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
No, stay. Sleep in my bed, Suzu. All right, see ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
Get wrecked, Mom. We'll do. I'll visit sometime, I'm sure. All four of the remaining guests left the building, all but my dad, waving back to me, because my dad's a douche. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase exhausted. Oh, my gentle demon men, carry me to my bedchamber. I'm tired. That was, tiring and shit.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
Shut up, Sam.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
Thank you, Cookie Monster.
She handled herself the best she could.
I hope James can handle me.
As expected, Princess.
Shut up.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
James, you can clean up the mess in my pants.
Ugh. Hush, Sam.
Are you guys, sure, because,
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho, ho, ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
Dad? Oh, you're the guy who attacked my demon friends. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder. Oh my God, he's touching me! Trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
I'm not worried. Yeah, try living with my dad. That's worse than this dipshit.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Yeah. All of us shot our heads towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open. It'd be funny if it was like a really tiny dude, like leprechaun height, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes and a pistol in his head. I saw a monster. I like your shirt, dude. It's kind of rad. Oh, and he's got a girlfriend. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes. Knock at you at your ghetto outfit, showing off your bare midriff whore.
Aw, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
She's not prettier than me, is she?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Good, I was so sick of Sam. Bye, Sam. We all gasped in shock, but instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but...
What the fuck?
Sam's got Matrix speed, I guess.
What?
What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. Do not put bullets in my walls, Mr. Whitehair, because I'm not going to put up with this shit. This is my house. You don't fuck with Fatty Vag. I mean, you could, but... the pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over again in aggravation. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
Wow, Grandpa had a magic mansion?
What did you say, shrimp?
Wait, was Grandpa a demon?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Like a seal, or you mean like the kind you put on a letter?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Beware of the magic seal protector.
Ah!
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple of times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame and disappeared into the air.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Wow, Grandpa was badass. Malix, that was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is, like, protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Wait, aren't you guys like demons too? Does that mean you didn't use your powers on me and I'm just a total slut for kissing? Oh. Malik's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
You're outnumbered, Malix. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no parlor, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Get out of my... No, leave them alone. Malix stared wide-eyed at my words. I could feel the boys do the same from behind me. Malix then smirked and leaned in nose to nose with me.
And just who the fuck are you?
That's like none of your concern. I am Fatty Vag, and you don't even know what it's like to be a demon boy, so maybe you should get out of here.
You got a big mouth, nameless bitch. You best be careful who you speak to.
Big? You think James is big? Is my mouth big enough for that? Wait, are you being rude? Duck! I ducked underneath Malik's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple steps back from Malik's. I got the fucking moves, girl! Or, I'm the girl. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malik's with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Maybe just slow, Malix.
Back off, Malix!
Cookie Monster's mad.
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
C is for Cookie. Eat his face, Cookie Monster.
Shut up!
Oh, did I make the little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
And at that moment, Malix did. He tried real hard, it was like pop, and he grew the biggest balls that had ever been seen.
Enough, Malix.
Who's this hoe? The woman who had been standing in silence the whole time planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and glare that could kill. Ooh, you're pussy whipped, bro.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
Bye. The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from their teeth. Malix grunted and glared at the boys, pointing at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife. He wanted to finger James?
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
You want to fight him, or is this turning into a gay porno? Because I'm not really sure. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
I should step outside with my own gun and just shoot Malix. With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me. Catch me, boss!
Whoa! Are you alright?
Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
You better not have got blood into my house.
We should have stopped him and finished it here.
Cookie Monster's right.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
About time, Sam. I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Maybe, James, you could warm me up? Malix, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
Y'all look the same to me. I said it. I went there and I said it. Sorry. A devil? There's a difference? See, Fatty Veg did too.
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
Eric, I quit listening after the word yes.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all exist, and I happened to land in the middle of it, so why in the world did my grandfather have a anti-magic mansion? So, what do we do and stuff?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Oh, so I can go outside. Fuck Malix.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising of the surprises. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into? For what it's worth, main character, I don't really think you got yourself into a lot. I mean, I guess you did offer to let them stay here and all.
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
Maybe we could contact the CIA Maid Fighting Academy? They seem to be pretty good about that. I might have a number.
I want to kick his ass right now.
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But what about, going outside? Won't he? I want to garden. Me and James are, garden buddies now.
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
He could still use a baseball bat and hit me in the face with it. Do I have protection from baseball bats?
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Oh, yeah, I'm a master at that. Well, yeah, of course I do. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix, still I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. I don't know. I think, right now, if she knows Taekwondo, she should go outside and yell at Malix as he walks away and be like, "What you gonna do, bitch?" And then when Malix comes to fight her, use your ninja moves. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger. What if Malix did the same? Maybe it's time we teach the boys Taekwondo. Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. I don't know what the green apple's achievement is. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I had never been able to explain or prove. Magic, devils, demons. How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? They're only staying until after they defeat Malix. I want them to stay longer. Well, not Eric. I hate him. That's right, they said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix. Yeah, they're not going to be lifetime slaves. After that, my life could get back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. The question was, would I want them to leave? I like having my free servants who are hot and cute and I don't have to pay. If my life went back to normal, then I have to care for the house all on my own. Girl, really? At this point, aren't you at least a little invested in Matthew or James to care about how they're doing? You're like, I'd have to do housework? I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. Always distracting me with their hot penises and buttocks. I'd have to focus on the house. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. I wonder if James thinks of me and comes. Oh. And on that very creepy note, Fatty Vag is going to go to bed and maybe touch herself over James. Who knows? I'd like to thank you all for touching yourself over this Let's Play. You're like, I didn't much. Oh, naughty. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and thanks for hanging out.